We're spending a Saturday morning in Memphis with a group of people who can turn these logs into beautiful works of art. This is a monthly meeting of the Mid South Woodturners Guild, a time to display some personal works, swap stories, and learn some new tricks and techniques.
Wood turning is one of the older, if you want to call it, crafts or skills around. This started out with bow lathes, and bow, B-O-W, like in a crossbow or a longbow, with that bow spinning the piece of wood by an individual while another one removed the wood with a chisel. That goes back to before Christ, 400 or 500 years before Christ, the first part of the wood turning. And it's involved on up into the people in Europe. They do more functional turnings, bowls, spoons, all kinds of things like that. Where in the United States, we have taken, since about the early to mid 80s, we've taken it into the other realm of wood sculpturing and being an art form where that people then take a turned object and then they carve it or decorate the surface in some manner. So a lot of the galleries around the country now are recognizing that wood turning that had been carved and decorated as such. Some pieces sell $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 and up. So yeah, it's definitely getting to be an art form.
This is the local chapter of the American Association of Woodturners. There are 6 Tennessee associations, 207 worldwide.
Now you can tell by the sound that the tool is making against the wood that it's just about a cylinder, Not lay your tool on it. If it runs smooth, it's a cylinder. You don't have to touch it or do anything to realize it. We have a cylinder already here.
I ran into Herschel, who is our president of the club, at a little festival out of Millington. Saw him turning some little spinning tops, and I was addicted to it when I saw it being done. I said, I got to learn this. And Herschel and I got to be friends, and I learned a lot from him. And I've turned several truckloads of wood since then.
And all of that spinning provides a larger service to the community.
And the best wood that we can come up with is what we call found wood. And that's any species of wood that you find on the curb, the roadside, or where developmental people are clearing up, houses and land and things like that. We go in with them or behind them and ask for the wood. We get the wood that otherwise they put in one of these big mulchels, and just make chips out of it. And you'll see some of the pieces like here, like I brought some Christmas ornaments out of some wood that one of the local churches was expanding their parking lot, and these box elder trees was on it. So a friend of mine, Norm Feller, and I went over and got some of this wood, and it has red in it, and I mixed it with walnut, and you'll see the Christmas ornaments back there that's made from wood that otherwise would have been just salvaged. And we have kind of a good network of people that as they drive through the city, they see wood on the streets, they'll notify me, and I'll put it out on our email to everybody, hey, there's wood at this site if anybody wants it. So, there's a network of us here, like termites and ants, we salvage what we can.
It's a craft, but I guess if you put enough into it, people may see it as an art, but it's a craft, and you have to learn it. You can't learn it just by reading about it. You can read about it, then you have to stand at the lathe and turn the wood and work at it.
Split turning and inside-out turning are just 2 of many techniques, and were discussed at this meeting. All of the various techniques, along with sophisticated wood prep, have put art into this historical craft.
A lot of the woods that we use have a lot of character. They're spalted. In other words, they have a marbling effect to them. Like you see vanilla ice cream with a chocolate swirl in it, that's spalted wood. In other words, we kind of grow that. We'll get a piece of wood and put it under a shade and cover it with leaves till this fungus gets in it and causes this spalting in the wood, and it really has a lot of character. So another thing, you couldn't purchase a piece of wood like that. You kind of have to find it and then grow your own spalting in it. So yeah, it's a lot of things we can do to it to add character to the wood.
The average age of this group is around 60, but younger people are discovering the hobby and a unique way to express themselves.
It's the fastest growing hobby probably in the U.S. and across the United States. We have a local symposium, which we just had, Tennessee Association of Woodturners had in Nashville, and we'll have a national symposium in Kansas City next year, which will have turners from all over the world, anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 show up from all over the world. And it's 4 days of intense turning.
Norman Fowler put it this way: give your child a toy and the experience lasts until the toy breaks. Wood turning can last a lifetime, continually providing experiences and self-expression.
The lathe just spins the wood. You take the hand tools and turn the wood, and just watching that wood peel off the tool and start taking shape, it's just fascinating. It's fascinating to them to see it the first time. It's fascinating to us after years of doing it. It's just watching that wood take shape.